Welcome to your morning, everyday, energizing Pilates routine. If we haven't met before, by the way, my name is Emma. I am a Pilates instructor and I happen to be registered blind. So I've got my guide dog at the side. He might potter around. You might see him come in and out of the video, just to warn you. But yeah, it does mean that I try to audio describe all of my videos as much as possible so that my fellow blind and visually impaired people can follow along too. But let's start standing. So we're going to do a lovely little warm up and then we're going to get into some mobility and strength work and yeah, just feel good. So feet are going to be about a fist distance apart. We'll stand lovely and tall. Let your arms relax by your side, shoulders dropping away from the ears. Start to pull your belly button away from your clothing. And breathe wide and full into your rib cage. Maybe closing down your eyes and just having that little scan of the body. Making sure the weight through the feet is nice and equal. Shoulders are gliding down your back and we're standing tall. And then you can keep your eyes closed or you can blink them open as you nod your chin to the chest and start to peel like a sticker bone by bone up and over the legs. Reaching for your toes or wherever you can reach. And then we'll slowly roll back up. So if you find this routine, we're rolling up bone by bone, by the way, nice and tall, and we'll go a couple more times. But if you find this routine's a little bit too much, I have also filmed one, which is a nice everyday one, which is a little bit calmer. So, you know, there's those days when you get up and you think, yeah, I need a nice energizing one. And some mornings you're like, I need a calming one today, you know? Every day is going to be different. So, yeah, let's hold this next one, reaching for your toes and just simply bend and straighten the knees a few times. Try not to send the hips back, trying to keep the weight slightly forward so we're not shifting back too much into the heels. And then keep the knees slightly bent, walk the hands up the legs so your hands are placed just above your knees. We're not putting too much weight into it. And we're rounding the spine up into our lovely cat stretch, tucking the head and the tailbone under as the lower body stays where it is. And then we lift through the chest and the tailbone to extend. And then we go back the other way and we'll just flow through this a couple more times. Just warming up through the back. Lovely, keeping the knees soft. And then find a nice flat back. So you're sitting back still, slightly like a mini squat. And you're going to take your right arm, sweep it in front, and take it all the way up by the side of your ear. Open the chest back. And the arm goes back behind you, your upper body follows. And then you come back up and over the head, place the hand back above the knee. So you reach your arm out in front, you circle it back, open the chest as the arm reaches back, upper body twists, and then you come back. Just give me one more time each side. Really opening out. I am super tight through the upper body. And reach. I always film these before I teach on my busiest day, and it's early. Anyway, when you're ready, reach back down, roll all the way up for me, stand nice and tall. Let's come into our main part. So, take it as you need to. If you need to take any breaks, that's absolutely fine. But we're going to come right to the front of our mat, so the length of the mat is behind us. You might want to be next to a wall as well, so you can hold on if you need to. Tuck your tailbone under, pull the belly button in. Feet are still hip distance apart. Hands are going to come together into prayer. So palms together. We're going to sit back into an invisible chair, pushing the hips right back. And then we're going to stand tall, squeeze our arms slightly back behind us. Bring the hands back together, palms together, fingertips facing up as we sit our hips back. And we come up. So as we sit back into this squat, try to keep your chest nice and lifted. Try to keep the knees tracking in line with the toes. Try not to round the shoulders forwards. And each time you come up, I really want you to squeeze through those glutes. If you can, on the next one, we're going to hold our little squat, hands in prayer, and just give me tiny little pulses. Coming up a little bit, sitting back down into this Invisible chair. Let's go another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to your squats. We come up. Squeeze the arms back. We sit back. So I'm going to add a slightly different option in a minute. If you feel like you want to come back to the pulses we just did or these squats alone, that is okay. Otherwise, on the next one, we sit back into our squat, hands in prayer. We do a little pulse here. We then, let me shift over a little bit. We then take our right leg back behind us, let the knee drop almost to the floor, knees underneath the hip like a little lunge. We do a little pulse. We step back to our squat. We take the other leg back, pulse, back to our squat. Back and in. Step back and in. And we go 5 and 4 and 3. You're stepping back in this lovely little right angle. 2. One more each side actually. Sorry, I've added an extra one here. And 1. Bring it in. Step back on your right leg. So we're all on our right leg. Either keep the knee hovered, toes tucked under, or if you need to drop it down, that's okay. Sweep your arms up by the side of the ears and we do little pulses here, dropping the knee towards the floor. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Either keep the back knee hovered or drop it down to the floor. Your front leg, the foot is planted into the floor, ankle underneath the knee. We're lifting nice and tall, back leg, knees underneath your hip with the shin and the top of the foot down. Lift your arms, sweep them all the way up by the side of your ears. When you're ready, let your arms reach out to shoulder height by your side as you twist towards your front leg. Getting this lovely chest opener. We come back to center, we lift the arms up by the side of the ears. We go again, we open out, twist towards that leg. Let's do that one more time, we come up. Maybe the back toes are tucked under and you're hovering the back knee for more challenge. We twist, we open out. We come all the way back up. Place your hands either side of that left leg that's in front. Tuck your back toes under if you want to. Straighten the back leg out like this lovely lunge, this hip flexor stretch. So the front leg hasn't changed, but you can lift the knee of the back leg. Keep your right hand on the floor and you're going to reach the left arm. My chain is going to hit the microphone. Lift the left arm up to the ceiling, opening out through the chest. Find this lovely opener. Place the hand back down to the floor. From here, we're going to step the left leg back. We're going to come into a nice extended plank. So with this, hands are spread nice and wide underneath the shoulders. Knees are not down. If they need to be down, that's okay. I was going to say down. Your toes are tucked under and you're trying to find this lovely straight line, pulling the abdominals in. Hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, send the hips all the way up to the ceiling. Push your heels down towards the floor. Straighten your arms so that your chest, your head goes in between the arms. And then lower back down to your plank. So it's like we're piking up or we're lifting into our inverted triangle, down dog. We lift all the way up. And then we lower the hips back down. Just a couple more times, we come up again. Lift those hips up. And lower back down, stretching the back of the legs. Working into the core and the arms. From here, step your feet all the way, walking them in towards your hands. Hanging over the legs, reaching for your toes. We roll all the way up to standing. And then we need to do the other leg. So when you're ready, I'm going to turn to face the other way. We now need to take our left leg back behind us. So we come down into that lovely lunge. Back knee can stay lifted. Well, it will stay lifted for a minute. Front foot is planted into the floor. Lift your arms up by the side of the ears and just give me little pulses here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the back knee. Keep the arms reaching up by the side of the ear. We're going to open the arms out to the side as we twist our upper body, I'm wobbling towards that front leg. We come back to center, we lift the arms towards the ears. We twist towards that front leg, open the arms out to the side. And we bring the arms by the side of the ears, lift tall, one more time, twist, open, feel that, ooh, lovely chest opener. Come back up, place the hands down by the side of that right leg that's in front. Tuck the left toes of the back leg under. Lift that knee up if you want to. Keep the left hand on the floor as you reach your right arm up to the ceiling, opening out through the chest. Find that lovely hip flexor stretch and chest stretch. Lower back down with the hands. Step the front leg back. We're back into our plank again. Hands underneath the shoulders, core is strong. Let's hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften the knees down. Sit back, child's pose. Sitting back towards the heels, stretching your arms long as the head comes down towards the floor. From here, walk the hands in, sit back towards your heels, and then lift up. I'm going to face the camera. So you're in high kneeling. So you're up on the knees. I'm sweating like a pig. Legs are back behind us, and we're lifting nice and tall. So you want this nice straight line. You're not sticking your glutes out. We're tucking under. Up on the knees, and we're going to swing the arms in front, up at shoulder height, thumbs face up, and then squeeze our arms back behind us. From here, can we hinge back? So like a plank of wood, we're going to hinge our body back, feel the glutes, the thighs. We come up, the arms squeeze back behind us. Let me turn to the side actually. As we hinge back, squeeze through the glutes, the thighs. We're not bending the body. And we squeeze back. We go again, we hinge back, and we come back up. Do that just a couple more times for me. Hinge in the body back, and lift back up. And let's go one last time. We're hinging back. We come back up. You can either stay in high kneeling, or rest back towards your heels, or even sit down on your sit bones. Let's do some arms before we finish with some abs. I'm going to hit the plant. When you're ready, sweep the arms out to the side at shoulder height to each end of the room, and we're drawing little circles. So as you draw these circles, you're imagining there's a clock at each end of the room, and you're trying to hit every hour, every number as you circle round, hitting every number at the same time. Make those circles a little bit bigger. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, pulling the belly button in. Go back the other way. Start with those slightly bigger circles, and we get smaller and smaller. Imagine you've got books balanced on your head, so you're nice and steady. Good. We're going to stop with the arms nice and still for a moment. Palms facing down, arms are out at shoulder height, and then we're going to do little pulses. So imagine there's a strong spring underneath you. You're trying to push it down, but it brings you back up. So you pulse in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. I want you to feel every muscle from the top of the arm all the way down to the fingers. And I want you to be nice and steady through the rest of the body. Flip the palms up. We do those little pulses up. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. Breathing in for 5 and breathing out. Starting to feel those arms firing up a little bit more. Good. When you're ready, stop there. Lift the arms up towards the ceiling and then lower them down by your shoulders, shoulder height. Lift them up towards the ceiling. Lower them down to shoulder height. Last one, we lift the arms all the way up. Drop them down by your side. Roll the shoulders out. Bring yourself down onto your back. Let's just do some abs to finish. Just to fire up those abs for the morning, we're going to lower down in towards the mat. We're going to let the back of the head and the shoulders rest down. Feeling this lovely length going through the lower back and behind the back of the neck. We've got this little gap. So no extreme, a tiny gap underneath the back of the neck, little gap underneath the lower back, but nothing too extreme. Let the shoulders rest into the mat. If your head hangs back too much, just rest on a pillow. But let's place the hands onto the hips. They should be nice and level. Feet are not too close, they're not too far away, just nice, comfortable distance. And when you're ready from here, we're going to float one leg up to tabletop, shin parallel to the ceiling. And then we tap that leg down and go on the other side. So we're keeping this right angle, we're just lifting the leg up so the shin goes parallel to the ceiling. Try not to move the pelvis. And we just go from right to left, seeing if we can pull our belly button down and away from the hands. Good. From here, lift one leg. If you can, lift the second leg, as long as the back doesn't raise. And we'll do little toe taps, tapping the toes down and lifting up. I want you to really think about, again, staying steady, the head, the shoulders staying down. The further you tap your toes away from you, the more challenging this will feel. Good. Lovely. Keep the legs up. If you need to bring them down, that's okay. Sweep your arms up and above the chest, like you're holding this bar of weights above your head. Can you stretch the left leg long as the right arm goes by the side of your ear? The lower you drop the arm and leg to the floor, the more challenging, and then we pull back in. The other arm and leg hasn't moved, then switch to the other side. Opposite arm to leg lengthens away from you, and then pull in. Carry on. If you need to do this with the feet down, simply run the heel along the floor, stretch the leg out, and then pull back in. Go to the other side. Just do one more time each side for me for your lovely dead bug. Working the deep abdominals. And when I do the next exercise, if you need to come back to this one, that's okay. From here, sweep the arms over your head, either with the legs up in tabletop or the feet down. So shins parallel to the ceiling or the feet on the floor. Hover the arms up. Keep pushing them down to the floor as you curl up. So you bring your chin in until there's a fist distance between your chin and chest. From there, you can't curl in anymore, so it needs to be your chest coming up towards the legs. Palms are hovered just away from the floor, and then we lower the body down. Arms go by the side of the ears, over your head. We curl up again. Push the palms down towards the floor, come up to the shoulder blades, and then we lower. Let's go one last time. We curl all the way up. Can we stay here? And we're going to go back to pulsing the arms again. So we breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. Pulsing the arms down to the floor. Now, if you need the feet down, that's okay. You might need one hand behind the head. That's okay too. But either way, whatever version you're doing, keep pulsing those arms and try to do it without anything else moving. If you need more challenge, straighten the legs and drop the legs lower and lower. Otherwise, feet can be down. I'm really conscious that I'm moving the microphone. Breathing in, we are halfway or more than halfway. Stay nice and strong here. 3 more times. Breathing in for 5. Breathing out. Draw the belly button down. Good. 1 more round. Breathing in. Breathing out. Hug the knees into the chest. Have a little rock from side to side, back and forth. Give your back a lovely little massage. And then when you're ready, last little bit, place the feet down to the floor. Let me have a quick check for a second. Make sure I've got time because people are going to be coming in for my class. Good. And when you're ready, I'm not going to do the last bit because I'm not going to have time. This is the reality of my class, guys. I get about 20 minutes to do filming for this, for my YouTube, so I'm going to leave it at that. Hug the knees into the chest, rock from side to side, back and forth. Start to open the legs away from one another, towards one another, circling one way and back the other. And then a nice full body stretch, reaching from your fingertips all the way down to your toes. Give your wrists, your ankles a little rotate round. One way, back the other. Good. When you're ready, roll over onto your side. I just want to do the last little bit, or over onto the hands and knees rather. Hands spread nice and wide underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Take a big rounding cat stretch up, just like we did standing. Tuck in the head, the tailbone under, and then go the opposite way. Lift through the head, the chest, the tailbone, and round up. If you want to add a little bit more for the inner legs, we haven't really done the inner legs today, so I want to add them in a little bit. Extend your right leg out to the side and see if you can do some cat stretches here, with the leg reaching out to the side, foot planted into the floor, and you're going to find it gets into your inner leg. You might even want to have a little shift back and forth with a flat back over your wrists, sitting back to get into that inner leg a little more, and then switch to the other side. Extend the other leg out to the side, round your spine up, and go the opposite way. Rounding up, and back the other way. Find a flat back, shift the weight back and forth. Give in your wrists a little stretch and the inner leg as you rock back and forth. Draw the leg in, feet together, open the knees. Stretch your arms long, sit back towards your heels, let the head reach down to the floor. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, squeeze the legs together, tuck your toes under. Either stay back in child's pose or lift the hips, come into your inverted triangle down dog. Walk the feet to the hands or the hands to the feet. Relax over the legs. Bend your knees and take a big roll all the way up to standing, nice and tall. Sweep your arms up and out to the side, reach for the ceiling. Breathe out, let everything relax. Swing over the body. Last one, big stretch up. Breathe out, let the arms drop. And you should be energized and ready for the rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, by the way, because we're slowly building, we're slowly getting there. But yeah, have an amazing day otherwise. And I'm going to leave some stretches on screen that is going to be great for getting you ready for the day too. So check them out. But yeah, have a good one. Take care. Bye.